Former presidential candidate Dr. Kizza Besigye and his aide Obeid Lutale have been on remand at Luzera prison for 2.5 months now. They are facing charges related to national security, illegal possession of firearms and ammunition at the General Court Martial. They are also facing a treasury charge that was added to the charge sheet on 13th January 2025. The duo's lawyers have on several occasions challenged the legality of the court-martial to try them, given that both of them are civilians. The lawyers argue that the court-martial is only mandated to try serving military officers and not civilians. They also contend that the court-martial has no authority to try civilian suspects on offences that were allegedly committed outside Uganda's territorial boundaries, among other objections.
This court has jurisdiction in the case. Accordingly, the objection raised are hereby dismissed and the accused person should take plea.
Now, the lawyers have petitioned the Constitutional Court to, among other things, declare that the proceedings in the case involving Besigye and Lutale are null and void and be terminated forthwith.
All the trial processes going on, all the proceedings, including the pre-trial processes, that is the detention at the at the military facility in Machindye, all violate the Constitution.
This comes just a day before the Supreme Court makes a much anticipated judgment in a case challenging the jurisdiction of military courts trying civilians. In that case, the Attorney General petitioned the Supreme Court challenging the 2021 Constitutional Court's ruling, which indicated that the General Court Martial has no authority to try civilians. The Attorney General also asked that that ruling be stayed, a request which the Supreme Court granted. It is on this ground that the court-martial has continued to try civilians.
So hopefully these matters are going to be heard expeditiously, because particularly the application for temporary injunction, because we are seeking for immediate intervention of the Constitutional Court to halt the processes, all the proceedings before the General Court Martial. And since the trial resumed, the sitting of court is resuming on Monday, the 3rd of February, we want this matter to be heard expeditiously. That's our prayer before the Constitutional Court.
Besigye and Lutale are expected to return to the court-martial on Monday for further mention of their case. However, the case could take a different twist, just in case the Supreme Court upholds an earlier decision made by the Constitutional Court that indicated that the General Court-martial has no power to try civilians. Daniel Kibet, NTV.